Hello, Linda here. Today I just wanted to do a little chit chat about end of year planner funk. And I think I'm probably not the only one feeling this during this time of year. Sort of when we get to the end of year, I'm thinking about my planner system, what I've been doing, what I've accomplished or not accomplished, and sort of wondering like, is everything serving me properly or not, or do I need change? So I have this, I think it's a seven, sort of like Moterm esque 6 ring planner that is more of a recent thing. You can go back into my videos, and it's something that I'm trying out that basically I thought I would use for 2023. And it's not actually Moterm brand, it's like something else from AliExpress, but it's pretty much the same thing. And it's pretty compact. It's like, I'm not really sure if you call this like pocket size or something. Sometimes the sizes are confusing. But basically, I set it up with a bunch of different sections, and you can see that I use free printables from some of the folks that offer them in the community. And I also went and purchased a bunch of like weekly inserts, and I purchased like a whole different types from like Peanuts Planner Co. and other shops as well that I don't even remember, and downloaded a bunch of freebies as well. And basically every week I tried like a different weekly to see what would work properly for me. And I was pregnant during during this time of trying this out, so I didn't have a lot of things, just like various appointments and then just a quick like task list. And I ended up just making my own, which you can see here is just like a weekly dated and then a task list on the right, like really brief. And when it comes to planning, I don't write everything down. Like, I don't write laundry, dishes, like things that I would, have to do anyways. It's mostly like appointments, reminders, and then more like blog or some type of other related project kind of task that I would want to check off. And I created other sections for like a meal plan, a financial section where I was writing down or logging like the cash I was using, because I realized that it's easy to track when things are charged on a card or in your account, but it's like the cash transactions that you sort of lose track of. And here, I live in a small town in Italy, we definitely still use cash. Like, you would not charge like $2 of bread, you know what I mean? So I have this problem where I thought I would carry this around in the house with me, like downstairs in the kitchen or something, and note everything down, because I also have a notes section and like a checklist section. And I realized that I just don't carry it around. It's so much easier for me to, like, I basically only have my iPhone with me. That is really the only thing I would always have with me. And so I found myself not even carrying this around, even though it is pretty compact. And I had like a future log section that I had printed with some freebies I got from a Facebook group, but again, did not even write anything in it. And there is a note section that I use, but I found that I just have this on my desk. So it's another planner, yet again, on my desk that I look at, when I need to like figure stuff out, or like a wish list or orders, or, what's supposed to be arriving, that kind of stuff in my notes. But, just weekly appointments and task lists, and that's it. But again, I don't carry it with me. So now I'm wondering, like, do I even need a separate tiny planner? Because the whole point of me purchasing this was because I thought I needed something smaller that I could carry with me. But since I don't carry it with me, I really don't, I just don't need, like, I don't know if I need it to be separate. Although sometimes it helps to have things separated out into different books, because then when you get to like that notebook, you would specifically be thinking about that topic. So I don't know. So I just print on regular printer paper, and I use a fountain pen, like a Sailor Profits fountain pen, and it seems to work fine. I think it's because I only use one side of the paper, so I'm not worrying about bleed through or anything of that sort, because when it comes to my planners, I only use them functionally, and then I usually do not keep them at all. So I toss everything out after a couple months. And so that is my little portable planner. And I just found that writing on the left side is annoying because the rings are in the center. So that's something that does bother me, as opposed to, book-bound notebooks that don't have that problem. And I know that you can remove the paper from the rings, but it's annoying, or you can slit them, like cut little slits so you can take it out. But again, that's annoying because I'm going to show coming up now my disc-bound system, which is what I like more so in terms of removing the paper and having it easier to write on. And there's also the difference in size. Because this is so small and compact, obviously the rings are like right there when you have your hand there writing. Whereas if you had a bigger planner, even if there are rings in the center, obviously there's more room, even if you're writing on the left-hand side. So let me just show you what I used to use and still use is this A5 planner, which is just a cover that I made myself with some like scrap brown leather. You can see it's all scratched up. But inside is basically a disc-bound planner that I just created myself with a bunch of printables, because normally what I use are monthlies to write down appointments and important dates and birthdays and any of those kinds of things that are date related that I need to keep track of. And I find that I do like to see it on a monthly basis rather than a weekly basis. Somehow, we just sort of plan on a monthly basis, so it's nice to see that overview. So I have monthly calendars in there. Then I have task lists where I write down what it is I need to do, or reminders, or whatever it is that I need to get done. And then I have the whole section which is project related, which is where the tasks are coming from the various projects that I'm working on, whether it be like Etsy shop or publishing or the blog, like blog posts that I need to do. Like there's a huge list of them, and I'm sort of scheduling them in by the month or by the week. So you can see I had, yearly calendars. Everything they're like free printables or printables that I created myself. And so use that, and notes pages. And because this is A5 sized, even though there's discs in the center, obviously there's more room just because it's A5 sized and it's bigger. And so I don't find that I'm as bothered by, having rings or discs in the center, whereas the small pocket sized one, it does bother me. So it makes me want to use only the right side of the page, which is, I don't know, I guess you can do that, but it's not ideal. So again, this planner here, these dividers, you can actually find them as free printables on my blog, tortagialla.com. But you can see it's pretty simple. I just have monthly calendars that I print out, and I put in like birthdays, important dates, and all that kind of stuff. And on the right hand side, that's blank right now, but I would normally write whatever the tasks are that are supposed to be get done for that month. So now that I've separated it, I basically have these monthlies in here, and then the little pocket planners where I transfer in, like on a weekly basis, more detail or what I'm actually doing in that week. And here I also have lists of like daily checklists, weekly checklists, monthly checklists, that kind of thing. Lots of random notes and junk. And then project pages where it might be like, okay, for this blog, I have all these posts that I need to get done. For this other blog, these are the tasks that need to be done. So these are sort of like list type of project pages. And so from here, I would plan things out and then transfer those tasks to the months when they need to be done, or cross it out when I actually finish like those particular blog posts. And then I also have a statistics section where I, on a monthly basis, write down the statistics for all of my blogs and social media, so I can just see if there's like a trend or what's happening. And everything is very stagnant at this point, just because this whole year I've been pregnant and then maternity leave, and so just not like a whole lot going on, basically, like minimal. But still, I'm hoping that I can just refine the system and make it as functional as possible. And as you can see, it's very not decorative because, again, I do not keep these pages. It's purely functional, and then over time I just recycle all the paper because I don't need to keep it for any reason. I have obviously journals and memory keeping things and theme journals for all other types of purposes that I do keep, but in terms of planners, I don't. But I'm wondering, like, if the fact that it is not pretty or that I don't keep them, maybe that makes it so I don't use them as much. So that's something to consider, I realize, because people who decorate their planners and use them in sort of like multiple ways, maybe it also helps them with the functional part, you know what I mean? Like, even though something can just be functional and not decorative, but in the end it really depends, like, do you use it? Does it help you? Does it serve whatever function it's supposed to do? Maybe if I did keep them in like a book bound form, it would work better for me. I don't know. So I'm sort of up in the air right now in terms of how I want to continue, if I want to separate it where it's monthlies in the A5 with all the reference pages, and then like weeklies and tasks, which would sort of like daily / bullet journal type in the little pocket, or if I don't really need to separate them at all and I should really just keep it all together in my A5, because really it just sits open in my desk and I don't bring it anywhere. When it comes to being on the go, I find that I take notes on my phone, and I don't know if you guys do that using like the Notes app if you have an iPhone or some other type of app, or I will take a picture of something and that serves as a reminder, which maybe is not the best way to do things, but I find that that is what I end up actually doing. So I would really appreciate your thoughts, maybe what your system is and what works for you, and also what you think about this difference of people who do functional planning and like just toss all their stuff, and people who actually archive and decorate and make it more like almost like a journal, like planner journal, which maybe makes you use your stuff and cherish it and sort of, pay more attention to it because you're going to keep it. So that is another thing that I've been thinking about. I used to just discount it all, but maybe that is the case. So here I'm showing this paper that I ripped out of my old Kimbor that has like the hourly, and I've never been able to keep up with hourlies. Planning in that detail has not worked well for me, so that's why I've never done it, and I keep it pretty open in terms of like, this is the task list for the day. But again, maybe that's something to reconsider. So let me know in the comments what you think. I'm definitely in a planner funk and just trying to figure things out. If you didn't know already, my name is Linda. I blog at tortagialla.com, where you can get lots of free printables for your personal use. You can download them straight, no strings attached. You don't have to sign up for anything. Just visit the blog, tortagialla.com, go to the free printables, and you can see there are loads of digital papers and printables and stationery and sticker type designs that I've created and shared over the years. So they're a lot in the archive. So go ahead and check it out. Thanks so much for watching my video, and I will see you next time.